Like, a better answer for the Skulker is, like, Geists or Slumgar. Well, now you play around Cryptic. Yeah, we'll be the ones to play around it now, for sure. Strix is kind of in this matchup. I mean, you might think it's sweet, but I don't think we need the Ooze or the Strix. You can also sometimes consider lowering the ramp a little. Because in these long matches, the ramp doesn't matter nearly as much, and that's part of why our top decks started becoming poor. If you're going to run ramp, run the best ramp. So, you know, you can cut on some of our ramp. Like in this matchup, it's just going to be such a slugfest and so slow. You need to be specific with which pieces of ramp you get. Like, Carrington is not wrath-proof, and I still kind of want to run the Damnation, so, you know, you start to cut some of the possibilities. I'd almost cut Lantern because look how chunked we are on 3 drops. Whereas this gives us a nice progressive turn 2 play. Like, this guy's going to be used for, like, a whole bunch of mana. This guy's, like, 5 mana to use fully. Same with Rat in this matchup. He's, like, a 5-drop. Yeah, I'll see you, Kami. Vengevine might be great, unless he's got, like, all the paths. Vengevine could be okay. The hard part is having enough creatures to get it to come back. I think I've made a pretty reasonable argument for maybe cut Lantern. I'm actually going to go with Snake. Submit. Now, the ramp that I should have chose, maybe, if we do keep some ramp in this matchup, should have been the non-land ramp. That's actually why at the last second I cut the Fertile Ground, because we saw Ravages, so if I'm going to have any ramp, I want it to be things like Carrington and or Lantern, but I did cut Lantern. Decided to go with Carrington because it's just better on the curve. The curve, of course, unfortunately, a little awkward since some of our 3 drops came in because they're very good. Let's go first. We can keep this off the Preordain, maybe. It's got the Erebos, that's kind of what I'm looking for. Unfortunately, we're several green sources from either of these cards. So would you keep a hand that's just Preordain, some land drops, and an Erebos? Maybe. We haven't seen, so let's kind of do a mental note of what counterspells we haven't seen. We haven't seen the Miscalc, we haven't seen the Dissipate, we haven't seen the Cryptic. I've seen the Force of Will, so we don't have to play around Force. I haven't seen Spell Pierce. I haven't seen Force Spike, but I don't think he's playing Force Spike. Hopefully not. I am Jaros. I am. I would maybe keep this. It's not a turn 1 Preordain, but I think the Preordain definitely makes this more keepable. This matchup is definitely about not necessarily speed. It's definitely about card quality. Are these the cards? You know, if this sticks, we draw cards with it. It can also maybe later on trade with one of his permanents, and then Erebos, of course, is a draw engine. I would maybe keep this hand on the back of the Preordain. Let's do it. Now, a reason to play turn 1 Catacomb is because we could top. Oh no, we don't have Witness or we don't have Sylvan in hand, so that's wrong. But it's gonna work out fine. I'll play around Manatide. I don't think he has it. Seems kind of like a strange card. Snap Resolves. Okay. Unfortunately, I kind of want both of these things. You could actually just take the Swamp and bottom the Rat, because the Rat, when... Yes, this is a nice threat for the opponent. Yes, it you know... The problem is this Rat wants 5 lands before we start casting it, and we don't have that. I mean, this is where you decide, am I going to want to see Rat over the course of this match sometime, or do I just want to start digging to my Planeswalkers and ramp into those Planeswalkers? We're not casting this Viper, unfortunately, or this Blue Chronos if I keep this Rat. It's just not going to happen. Actually, you know what? I should just bottom and look for green source. Actually, to be completely honest with you guys, I should bottom. I hate to say that, but I think we're looking for... Okay, drew Swamp anyway. Oh boy. No blue mana. Oh, maybe he figures the matchup is slow enough that he can get away with that. Alright, Land War Wastes, we slam Viper. And then we can slam Pelucranos. He's nowhere near this, Helix, sure. He's nowhere near this, that's fine. You slam the Erebos, or you slam the Pelucranos? Probably Pelucranos. Oh, he's mana starved. Oh, wow. He is mana starved. Or he's trying to play us into Ravages? I don't even know what's going on over there. Did he maybe get... He may have gotten mana screwed. Nope, there it is. Okay. He's just working on some limited resource. Alright, Ancestral, but it's much later this time. Like, his Ancestral last game was just disgusting. This time, it's looking really good for us. Oh, this is fantastic. This is exactly what we needed to do against this guy. We've got the beats going down. We're slamming an Erebos. This is good. Life is good. Okay, so he's got the Condemn. We say, okay. That's alright. Yeah, I mean, this is all the removal he didn't have to cast last game because I was trying to make it about the Planeswalkers. So this Erebos is pretty good. This Erebos is pretty good. I know you don't have Force of Will, dude. We already saw it. You can think about it. You can make me want to think about Force, but you and I know. Well, I know you don't have it. It's got to be like an Oblivion Ring or something here, right? Council's Judgment? Maybe Jace? Medium-sized Jace? Chasm? Okay. Okay. We'll play around Spell Pierce because that's something I haven't seen. Yeah. And then we'll draw cards. And then maybe consider other plays. So cut for playing around Spell Pierce would look something like 1, 2, 3. Yeah, play around Spell Pierce would look something like... I'd like to draw twice with Erebos. It looks like I don't get to if I go for this Murderous. I don't think it's wrong. Actually, let's leave the Preordain. Hang on a second. If we're only going to get one draw off Erebos anyway, let's leave the Preordain for the Snapcaster. This is still playing around Spell Pierce. Let's leave Preordain. Yeah, pass it back. Let's leave the Preordain. Brainstorm next turn. Again, we have to play out all our lands because we have something like Ugin as a potential. Alright, so there's the Glen. But you don't necessarily have the mana unless you drew perfect and out of your mana starvation. Didn't, so we get to maybe snap the Glen. Which I definitely would do in this matchup. She's really good. Alright, so Snapcaster into Murderous is a lot of mana. 1, 2 to cast Snap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can play around Daze if I give up the Preordain, which I have to. Alright, I'm using up the Snapcaster anyway. Just do it now before he untaps. So we play around Daze here. He would absolutely Daze if he has it. I know I would. Okay, so that's half a Glen down. That's why it's so good in the match, too. I mean... But I still think it's correct to at least take half of her. We'll wade through the other half. Another late night stream? I don't know, Conrad. We'll see. I'm actually planning on heading to the heading out to a tech store tomorrow, Conrad, and buying a camera. I actually really want to stream tomorrow with my new rig, so that's exciting. Decides not to attack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, so we'll temple. Bottom. Now we could have drawn a few cards with the Erebos looking for some action. I think what I'm going to do is kind of do the whole, like, in response to the Ancestral, maybe do some Erebos activations. So something like, it would look something like this. One, blue, blue, blue. Say okay. I hope so. I hope it won't break again, Orphan. Alright, there's a Lily. So next turn we can slam Lily plus Ob, right? We need to sequence them properly. I think because his hand is so full, I'm more interested in the Lily than the Ob Nixilis. Because we can use Erebos as a draw engine, but the Lily is what I'm interested in. And we have to jam them both because he has multiple counters, like multi-counter magic going on. So the sequence here is hit Jace, kill Jace, see what he does. He lets this go. So I think we really want to stick the Ob, not the Lily. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, forbid. Now we stick Lils. I'm less afraid of the Glen on board than I am what's in his hand. I'm gonna just plus. He bin the forbid. So his hand must be pretty good if he's binning a forbid. When do we animate this guy? We need another couple black sources to animate this 5/7. This game's gonna be close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. Okay, we can definitely afford to pitch the forest. The Lily forces him to play his hand. He's been holding back this whole time. He finally is forced to play his hand here. Cyclonic? That's unfortunate. Okay. We know you don't have force, which is nice to know. I think it's just Lily plus.